Welcome everybody to our first pay-per-view recap show. I'm so excited. How about you?
Hey guys, my name is Adam Daley. This obviously is Samantha Daley, Sam Daley. You know her from various other sources. Tonight we are bringing you guys basically an Extreme Rules recap show brought to you by WrestlingRumors.net. Guys, please, if you do anything else, please subscribe to WrestlingRumors.net. On YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. You get all of our videos first. Make sure you hit up WrestlingRumors.net.
And also make sure you download the app.
There we go.
There is also a Wrestling Rumors Net app, so make sure you go and download that as well.
Absolutely. So, Sam, let's get to the pay-per-view real quick because we only got about 10 minutes to go.
Dive in.
First topic, let's talk about the main event. What did you think about, let's talk about Seth Rollins and Randy Orton with Kane as the gatekeeper?
That cage was really getting on my fucking nerves because I just wanted to see that pose, and it just wasn't coming off well.
The Randy Orton pose?
Yes, the Randy Orton pose, and the cage was in the way, and that's all I wanted to see out of that match.
Female fandom aside, what did you think about the match, the results?
Oh, it was amazing. I thought the whole Kane thing where he came in and just choke slammed everybody was stupid and unnecessary, but I loved that it ended with Rollins hitting Orton with an RKO.
A diamond cutter.
I was waiting for somebody to hit
a diamond cutter.
I thought that once the match was going to be over, just Randy Orton was going to demolish everybody, but instead Kane went up with the choke slam, and that's disappointing. But I'll take the Rollins with the RKO.
Okay, now let me take this. Where do you see Kane going from here? Do you see a next feud coming up, or do you see? Okay.
I honestly have no idea.
All right, well then let's get to something I know that you obviously want to be a little braggadocious about. It is a new day in the WWE, ladies and gentlemen.
New day?
New Day takes home the tag team titles by defeating Kid and Cesaro. It looked like Kofi Kingston got the pinfall victory using the trunks
pigtails
on Cesaro.
They were good luck. I freaked out about them last week. These pigtails are good luck.
Sam, your thoughts?
I thought it was great. That was one of the most entertaining matches of the night, in my opinion. Just because of all the personalities that were in it, they were very interactive with the crowd. They played off the crowd so well. It was an amazing match.
The crowd was so hot for this match too, and you know what? It's weird. I never thought that this would be the show stealer, but in a way,
neither did I.
You could really argue or make a debate that this might have been the show.
This was supposed to be on the pre-show.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This got bumped up because Daniel Bryan wasn't there.
Right, exactly.
This was actually supposed to be on the pre-show, and it was a damn entertaining match.
Now, real quick before we move on, though, I know you had a nice little thing, and please watch your language here, but Natalya was looking very excellent tonight. Oh,
she was so sexy.
Okay, so that's what we'll leave it at that. Natalya, keep doing your thing. We love you.
That's the best I've ever seen Natalya. Keep going, girl.
Speaking of the pre-show, let's go back to the pre-show real quick. Let's talk about Neville versus Barrett, something you called in the middle of the week, and it came to fruition. Obviously, Daniel Bryan could not compete tonight,
You called me crazy, but...
No, I did not. I actually said it would be a good fit. Now, what did you think about the match?
I thought it was a pretty damn good match. I mean...
It's another great match, yeah. I mean, it's...
what was it, the red arrow off the top of the rope to end the match?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking amazing. Again, with the language, I'm sorry, I'm trying.
We're getting there. Sometimes, you can't... It's detaining sometimes. So with Neville now, can you see him positioning himself to either go into... Right now, with Daniel Bryan and the Intercontinental title being, kind of in a question mark, do you think Neville might get positioned for an earlier title than what we may have envisioned?
He would be one of the luckiest NXT guys ever.
I mean,
no one gets this big of a push coming out. Well, he's amazing in the ring, and he's been doing so well with the crowd and with everyone he's gone up against on the main stage. But I don't know. I really don't see them putting him in a title picture just yet. I was surprised that they actually let him win the match.
Right.
So to put him in a title picture would be way too soon in my opinion.
Couple months down the road. I'm not saying like tomorrow, obviously, but
not this month.
No, not this month. And I'm saying I wouldn't have pictured Neville in a title picture. I mean, even for the Intercontinental United States Championship, maybe all year. But with the progression of these had, because I didn't know if he was going to click with the main, with that main roster crowd. I didn't know if he was going to click. The way they're marketing him, the way they have him packaged, I think it's brilliant. It's a Rey Mysterio 2.0.
It's a Rey Mysterio meets Evan Bourne.
Right, and it's very refreshing. And I think they're very smart with what they're doing. So I see potential gold by the end of the year for him. Sam, what do you think? Now, I know you were very opinionated about this. Ziggler versus Sheamus. Dolph Ziggler getting the win. However, Sheamus getting the last laugh, fella.
It was the only way Ziggler was going to win. I actually didn't think they were going to let Ziggler win, but it was nice to see that he actually did win. But, I mean, again, the only logical way for him to win is for Sheamus to beat the crap out of him afterwards. And you called that.
Yeah, and I noticed one of your biggest issues of this was they took way too long as far as the post-match. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the post-match shenanigans that were going on before the Sheamus, before the Sheamus low blow, do you think that was basically filler because they had to fill space for that Bryan Wade Barrett match? Granted the tag team match went lengthy, but I think taking that match out time-wise, there was a lot that they had to fill in here or there, and maybe that was just a little bit of a filler.
That's possible. That's probably also why they put Ryback and Bo Dallas on the card.
Absolutely agree.
I mean, I don't really think they would have been on the card if Daniel Bryan had been there.
Absolutely agree. Now, in between of the New Day winning the tag team championships, we had the start of Luke Harper and Dean Ambrose. Apparently, they took off, went down to Chicago, had a beer, came back a half hour later, and decided they were going to keep fighting, from there. Dean Ambrose, obviously, off the top of the truck onto New Day. Battle ensues, goes into the ring. Dirty deeds on top of a bunch of chairs. Sam.
I love the idea of them just hopping in a car and just hightailing it out there, and you just don't know what happened to them. But you know what I would have appreciated was in between that time that you had no idea where they were or what they were doing, they had a camera and they were actually doing moves outside of the ring. They could have pre-taped it before the show, something. But just I wish they had a camera crew follow them to record what they were doing, street fight-wise, and just have little segments in between matches like, oh, here's what's happening with Dean Ambrose and Harper right now in their street fight. They're in the streets of Chicago right now. Here you go. You can see it. And I think that was just a missed opportunity right there.
Now, do you think at the end of the day, did you enjoy the fact that it got split up like that?
Yeah, I loved it. Whenever they came back in just from out of nowhere, the car just ran backstage and interrupted New Day.
But other than
amazing.
That's the only part of it that I liked.
I mean, the rest of it was boring.
This is the match we thought could
why
the show.
Why did they have so many chairs underneath that ring?
Well, because you're not.
That's excessive.
We don't ask these questions because it's professional wrestling. We just go with it. So, for me, I think this is a match that could have completely stolen the show. I do think that break kind of broke the momentum of the match. I mean, the crowd was absolutely behind this match.
But again, had they had it going literally in the streets, which, I mean, they could have, again, done it earlier in the day, had streets marked off so that there was nobody in the streets. They could have done it, and it could have made it a whole lot better.
Could they have? We'll respectfully disagree on that one, guys. All right, so let's get to the Divas match real quick. Nikki Bella with Brie retains over Naomi, who came out finally to new music, a new gimmick, some flashy shoes. Apparently, she broke down Jericho's jacket and made it into some shoes. Yeah. Came out with some glasses on. New music finally. So, Sam, Divas.
It's like she took Sasha Banks' glasses and Cody Rhodes' old jacket, and that's her new gimmick. And she's like, what kind of gimmick can I make with this? It was ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. I'm super glad that they gave her new music. It's not necessarily what I would have picked, but I'm super glad they actually changed it from the Funkadactyls.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I liked the black attire she had on underneath. I think the jacket and the glasses completely took away from it and just kind of made it look silly.
I would have been, and I mean, for all intents and purposes, let's face it, this match kind of was more of a little bit of a throwaway match. I just
let down.
I mean, me too. But I will say that I do think Naomi looks more comfortable as a heel. But at the end of the match, it was weird because it looked. I mean, if you didn't really know, it looked like the Bellas were the heels and Naomi was still face. So and again, it goes back to what we talked about, how there is no heels or faces with women.
They're all just psychotic people.
If you haven't been watching, I guess, for the past 2 weeks, you really haven't seen that separation. So you would still think that Nikki and Brie were heels, and they, to some degree, I guess, by the end of the match. I don't know. It was kind of a head scratcher. To me, I was just kind of hoping that at one point in the match, Naomi's shoes were going to match in color. Because they didn't match
one night. They just kept changing. At first they were like green and yellow, one was green and blue. I was like, what the fuck is going on with her shoes?
Censors. We got to see outside. This is the one that we're going to have to watch. So now let's get to Roman Reigns and the Big Show. This is one I know you were not looking forward to. Did they win you over at all in this match?
It was a lot better of a match than what I thought it was going in.
Okay.
It had some very good spots.
Okay.
The end to it I thought was really exciting and entertaining.
Agreed.
A little bit of filler was a little bit. They lost me for a minute at the beginning and then in the middle, but I mean there were some spots in between that kept dragging me back in, and by the end it was a really good match. So
I think
that's as good as you're going to get out of me for that match.
I mean, I have to agree. I think there was a good maybe 5-10 minutes at the end there. I do like the ending spot with with Roman Reigns making the table look really, really strong and flipping the table on top of the Big Show. And I'm glad they didn't end it with the spear through the barricade because they do that too often. It's overdone. It's almost as overdone as the Superman punch. WWE, please.
I believed for a second that he was going to have a double count out.
Oh, double count out.
I thought for a second they were actually going to do a double count out. But hey, over under with the Roman Reigns.
We have 4.5 Superman punches.
We had 4.5 as over and under, and he went over.
And I think he did go over.
Because every time he did it twice, so that counts.
So Sam, what would you say right now? Because I don't think. Oh, and we are missing one match. Let's get to John Cena and Rusev. It was the Russian chain match. John Cena, of course, wins. Spoiler alert. LOL. What did you think of the match, Sam?
Once Lana left, I lost interest.
That's basically seemed that was the conversation all over the internet.
Pretty much how it went.
Does this match do anything for you?
Not really.
I mean, because it's really a Texas Bull Rope match.
I've never really been into like leather strap matches or chain matches, where you have to drag your opponent to each rest. I've never really been in those matches.
Now this is obviously going to continue into the next pay-per-view, into Payback.
Obviously now.
Well, now
they already announced there's going to be an I Quit match.
Right. So is this a smart move on their behalf by continuing it, or I mean, with it being 2-0 Cena, should they just put the kibosh on it?
I thought this was going to be the last we saw of Rusev Cena.
Okay.
I honestly thought this was going to be the last that we saw of it.
Okay.
We knew Rusev wasn't going to win this.
Now let me ask you this.
So why drag it out another month?
How does Lana being told basically to get lost play into potentially what could be happening in the future? And I say that because let's say Rusev kind of told her get the step in, basically in no uncertain words or in Russian, however you say it in Russian, but basically told her get the step in. And once they got backstage, they had their little confrontation. She had to storm into the authorities' locker room into their office and talk to them about the I Quit match. Do you see the foundation starting to crumble a little bit with Lana and Rusev?
Possibly.
Okay.
I see that with the whole you had the theory of Lana turning on Rusev,
right?
Which it kind of looks like they're starting to just plant the seeds real quick. I don't think Rusev's going to win next month. So if Rusev loses next month, he's probably definitely going to dump Lana. And they've said that Lana's going to start competing in singles competitions. Right. So it's very possible she'll have to split with Rusev in order to go and be in the Divas division.
Now, real quick, Sam, what we'll do is let's get your match of the night. What do you think the match of the night was?
It's a tie.
New
Day is the main event.
Got to pick one.
New Day, I freaked out over New Day. I marked out when they won. I'm sorry, that was the match I lost it over, so I'm picking New Day.
I mean, all of the the fan-sidedness aside, I really think that was the one match that, and I don't want to say, I mean, the crowd was intense, of course, and you're always going to get that in Chicago, but the crowd was really into this match. There's something special going on with the tag team division right now, and a lot of people are buying into the tag team division. I think it was the right move tonight. I mean, it's something we both talked about, but where does this go in the future then? Because I can't see. We talked about the old Freebirds rule, where any three-person stable. Let me toss a curveball at you. Do you think there's potential that they could utilize the Freebird rule, but with Natty along with Kid and Cesaro? I know I'm reaching here. I know this is a straw from left field, but Natalya plays as integral of a part as whoever's standing outside for New Day.
It's completely possible with them doing the intergender species matches. I think they've really been testing the waters with girls on guys in the ring. Testing the waters. So that might be where it's leading to.
Did you bring up the intergender species match?
I did.
You did?
Natty versus the Bull.
You did?
Yes, I did.
This is what I deal with, guys.
I didn't like it, but hey, if it leads to Natalya versus Xavier Woods, hell yeah, I'm on board. Then I'll say yes. Thank you for that intergender species match,
exactly.
Because it led to that.
So all right, Extreme Rules 2015, Chicago, Illinois. Sam, give it your final grade.
I'll give it an A.
An A?
Give it an A.
I'll give it a B. Honestly, I'll give it a B. Much better than what I thought going in.
Much better.
And, guys, something else that we wanted to do, we kind of got away from it. It's been so hectic, but what we want to do is anytime we do one of these, we want to have a WWE quote of the night. If you're as big of a fan as the blunders that they make on commentary and sometimes promos as we are, something we really want to do is anytime we have one of our shows after Raw or after a pay-per-view, we want you guys to tweet at us your basically your WWE quote of the night by using the hashtag, and then we'll try to incorporate you into the show in the future. Sam, before we sign off real quick, any last words that you want to say about the pay-per-view, about anything else that's going on before I start plugging stuff?
No, I just want to thank everyone for tuning in to our very first episode, and just come back for more. If you liked it, come back for more.
Yeah, and guys, please, the biggest thing is please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's Wrestling Rumors Net on YouTube. Please subscribe to that. You'll get push notifications when we go live, and then that way it simplifies the process for you. The more likes we get, obviously, the better it is for us. We're really here for you guys, to entertain you guys. So however we can mold it for you, let us know. Hope you did you guys proud tonight. Hope you enjoyed Extreme Rules. Leave comments in the feedback. Let us know what your match of the night was. Let us know what favorite moment of the night was. Even put in your quote of the night. I guess mine was early on. JBL mentioned The Walking Dead and Rick Grimes.
Yeah, so I like the Rick Grimes quote.
I was sold from the beginning. So until tomorrow night.
Everyone have a great night.
She's supposed to say, this is Sam Daley over here. Follow me on Twitter at LadyNexus13. I'm Adam Daley. Follow me at AdamDaley13. Again, guys, please make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel, Wrestling Rumors Net. Follow us on Twitter at WrestleRumors. And make sure you're checking out WrestlingRumors.net. Sam, give him the final last words.
Thanks, guys. We'll have another episode for you tomorrow after Raw.